So good morning students. In the previous class we have learned about the venation and length and the number of cotyledons present in the sea. At the same time about the root system. Now let me know about why they have classified. What is the purpose to classify and to evolution of the plants and animals? Okay, for what purpose they have did the classification? Okay, so it gives a better knowledge and understanding of organisms under study. Okay, so through the classification we can be able to know about the plant. Okay, particular organism. For suppose we don't know about the neem plant. Okay. At least we don't know that the plant is named as neem. Okay. So we will simply say as, oh, it is a tree. It is having its height of the plant is of 300 meters. Okay. It is undergoes transpiration and it undergoes respiration. It is having branches. It is having flowers. It is having seeds or fruits. Okay, and by that seeds we can be able to see that it is having a two-seeded and it is a taproot system. It is having only one main root. Right from that root hairs will come out of that root. So like this we will say, we will give an external appearance of the plant. We cannot be able to give the internal structures of the plant. Okay, that means it is having a medicinal uses. Its leaves are used in the medicine. Its bark is used in the medicine, and its roots are used in the medicine. Okay, they have classified the plants as monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Through that, they have able to name this plant by some rules. Okay. So by studying about this plant, they have classified and they have named it as a neem. Okay, they have named every organism. For example, tiger, ants, mosquitoes, bees, etc. Okay, it helps to study the organism in a proper and systematic manner. We will study about these plants in a systematic manner. Like as we will say the venation too. Without the knowledge or without the classification of the venation, we are able to say that it is reticulate or parallel. It is not as easy as we think. Okay. Next, it helps to make a comparison in any easier way. We will compare this neem plant with the mango plant easily. Okay. Next, it helps in understanding the relationship among the organisms and their interdependence. Okay, the classification is also gives the understanding about the relationship among the organisms and then whether they depend on the other organisms or they do not depend on the other organisms for the survival. Okay, classification makes our study more focused and helps us to handle huge population of organisms. So classification is also makes us to study more about that plant and also about the population of that plant. Okay, it gives us an idea of evolution, how organisms have evolved in a nature. So classification is also gives us an idea about the evolution, how from where these plants are originated and how they evolved according to the climatic conditions in the nature. Okay, some plants may survive in the tropic regions and some plants may survive only in the cold regions and some may survive only in the desert regions. Okay. Next, classification and evolution. Okay, all living things are identified and categorized on the basis of their structure and function. Some characteristics are likely to make more wide-ranging changes in body design than others. There is a role of time in this as well. So once a certain body design comes into existing, it will shape the effects of all the other subsequent design changes simply because it already exists. In other words, characteristics that came into existence earlier are likely to be more basic than characteristics that have come into existence later. Okay, in the classification, so while they are classifying a particular organism, first they will try to identify the plant or identify the organism. Okay, next what they will do, they will start to know about the internal and external structures of that organism, and they will start comparing the organism with the other organisms. Okay, and also they will start about the existence of the organism from where to where, whether it is considered or whether it is present earlier in the nature, or this organism is started its evolution right from this period. Okay, and also they will know about more about that particular organism through its shape and through its color and through its structure. Okay, next. This means that the classification of life forms are closely related to their evolution. So classification is mainly depends on the evolution. Evolution is the process of acquiring changes. Okay. So as I told before that man is this apes has transformed into a different kinds of or a different organism, and finally man has transformed. Ape is finally transformed into a human being. Okay. Now itself apes are present in the nature. Okay, right from the apes it has started evolution, and finally man has been evolved from the apes. So right in the earlier classes we have learned that man is a social animal which has came from the apes. Okay, so apes has transformed its structure after different transformation. Finally human being has evolved right from the apes. Okay, that means evolution is a process of acquiring change. Most life forms that we see today had variations than accumulated over years to allow the organism possessing them to survive better. Charles Darwin first wrote about in his book The Origin of Species in 1859. When we connect the idea of evolution to classification, we find in some groups of organisms, the body designs have not changed over the years, while several organisms has acquired body changes relatively and recently. Since complexity of design has increased over the years and is yet to increase, we may say that older organisms are simpler as compared to the younger. So, for example, okay, let me see about the mosquitoes. Okay, mosquitoes in the earlier season, if we put a repellent to it, okay, so what will happen? All the mosquitoes will go away from our home, and the mosquitoes will die. But now we are using different kinds of repellents such as allowed and good night ripples and different kinds of repellents we are using. But we are not able to control the population of the mosquitoes, and those mosquitoes has transformed its structure and they are getting survival in the presence of their repellents too. Like as only because of the evolution, okay, due to the evolution, this particular organism has transformed its structure in a different ways, and it is starting to survive in a very hard situations too. Okay. Next, the history of classification. So, Charles Darwin in 1859, he wrote a book called as The Origin of Species. Okay. History of classification. In India, classification had been the basis of studies in medicine and dates back to 1st and 2nd century AD. Charaka and Sushruta had classified the plants on the basis of their medicinal importance. They are after Parasara in his book Vriksha Ayurveda, The Science of Lives of Trees, documented the classification system for several land plants for the first time. This classification mainly deals with the structure of the flowers. So, firstly, in the first and second century, so Charaka, A.D. Charaka and Sushruta has classified the plants on the basis of their medicinal purposes. Later on, Parasara, a scientist who wrote Vriksha Ayurveda, the science of the life of trees. He wrote the life of the trees. Okay, documented the classification system for several land plants for the first time. He has classified several plants present on the land. Okay, this classification is mainly with the structure of this classification has done through the structure of the particular flowers of the plant. Okay.